Love like this. There it is. I've never found a love like this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I've got the boys from West Ham Fan TV on Damo and Jase, and they have just watched West Ham United 4. I'll say again, West Ham United fucking 4. Gent 1. Lads, is that the best second half performance you've ever seen with West Ham for a long time?
It's been about 2 years since I've seen a team play like this. It's been unbelievable.
Do you know what? Well, I mean, best second half, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. What else can you say about that?
What? Can't fault the lads. You can't fault them.
You can't fault them. You cannot fault them at all. It was outstanding. Absolutely.
I agree.
Can we swear on this show or not?
No.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, you should know me.
Unbelievable. It's great. It's fantastic.
I'm going to be honest. I thought first half we were shit. If I'll be real,
no,
I just thought that we were just fucking all over the gaff.
Right. I mean, we were shocking in the first half.
We was.
It was the last 10-15 minutes of the first half we actually picked it up. And
yeah.
Thank the deities that we kept that momentum going into the second half.
I think you're being a bit harsh. I wouldn't say we were shit. I wouldn't say we were shocking.
Passing wise, though,
the first 15 minutes it was a bit rocky. Then after that, it started gradually building. And then when they scored, all right, it was a bit shit. But then the Antonio goal came in, and after that, it was a different team. It was a different team.
Yeah. I would say, before we get started, I would say that we started off well, then we sort of faded a little bit, and then they scored for an error, and then obviously we scored towards the back end of that half. It just wasn't West Ham in the first half. Like the passing was it was just our passing was shocking in the first half.
I have to admit, our passing was shocking. It was, you can tell that they were they were nervous to make a mistake. That was the problem, and you can see that
bang
it
on.
Was showing. It was showing because there was so much pressure on this game for us to win. I'm not being funny, but there was so much pressure on us, wasn't there?
No, of course.
We had to win this. We had to win this. And it was more pressure with them being Gent. Like, not a great... Well, I know it's kind of bad, isn't it, saying they're not a great team.
No, yeah, but I mean, look at the history as well.
Yeah, exactly. Us getting into the same final last year as well and all of that. So it was... We had to, and you can tell.
And you just know what West Ham are like also, lads. So, do you know what I mean? But we'll get started. Let's start off with this man between the sticks, Alfonso Areola. Give me your assessment of his performance tonight.
Areola, he was just there, wasn't he?
No, do you know what? I mean, with Areola, I mean, if he was tested more, then there's probably more to say about it. But where most of the game was spent in Gent's half, there was not so much to take, not much to sort of weigh and measure him on. But I mean, made a couple of good saves.
There's not much going on. He was obviously watching West Ham Fan TV's watch along, wasn't he? And the second half and that. And but rating wise, what are you saying, Damo? Don't be harsh though. Don't be harsh.
It's mid range.
7,
6, 5, 6, 7.
7. I'd say 7. I would say. Actually, that's kind of high, isn't it?
That's a little bit high.
6. All right, I'll go with 6. Right, I'll go with 6. He was there.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to go 7. I was nodding. I thought he was all right. Yeah, I thought it was all right. I don't think that does it irritate me with him. One thing I will say that really fucking grinds into me. He doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't just get the ball and just clear it up the pitch. He tries to be too cute with it, especially the first half.
What did you say again? Say that again. You're breaking up a little bit. Sorry.
I said that basically sometimes he gets the ball and he doesn't he tries to fuck about with it a bit too much.
Yeah,
really,
exactly.
He don't have to.
He doesn't. And he doesn't get it out there, throw it out.
And do you want to know? Look, I love Areola. I think he needs more time as well to develop in the Premier. Okay, but one of my gripes with him is please catch the ball instead of punching.
He's a puncher.
He punches it away, and it pisses me off.
He's definitely a puncher. Isn't he? He's a puncher. He is. But I think a 6 and 7 is fair for him, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
You agree?
6 and 7's all round then for Alfonso Areola. Let's move on to Vlad Sufal. Lads, what you saying?
You know what? We thought let's just quickly have a look at the ratings.
No, I think we're a bit divided on this, really.
Yeah,
because you rate him higher than what I do.
I thought he played well. I thought he was all right. All right, he lacked a bit of composure and stuff like that at certain things, but he was all right. He wasn't. He's one of our best right. He's the best right back we have at the moment.
Yeah,
isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, so
he was good.
Yeah, no, look, he was present. I would say he was present.
What are you giving him
in the first half? It's mid is
what
4 or 5.
Oh, piss off!
No, look,
piss off! Look, you're telling me you're giving him a 4.
Wait, listen, hear me out. Look,
go on.
Look, he was present. Yeah, he was present. Yeah, predominantly in the first half, he was present.
What is he? Goes for the Christmas present or what?
Look, but there wasn't much of him in the second half when West Ham was actually showing what we can do.
Bollocks. He's a 7. He's definitely a 7. He was fantastic.
5.
You're 4. You're giving him a 4.
I'm gonna go in between the pair of you and give him a 6.
I think 5.
I'm gonna give him a high 6 for me. I thought he was all right. But
Ross got the win for the free kick that led to the equaliser. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, I know, but he was. I don't know. He
wasn't
that
bad. He was not that bad.
He wasn't that bad, but I think 6 is sort of an average. I wouldn't say he was unreal though, Jase. Would you? Like, I wouldn't say he was like unbelievable.
He done a solid. Yeah. He was solid, wasn't he? He was solid.
Yeah, I would say he was sort of. Yeah, like if you want to give him sort of a 7, I can understand it, but I'll give him sort of a high 6. Damo wants to be a bit more harsh, but it's fair enough.
Listen, I'm a harsh critic. I really am.
Harsh, man.
Yeah?
That is very harsh.
I'm the Simon Cowell of West Ham.
That's fair enough, lads. Let's move on to Zuma. Should have scored in the first half. Like that chance, he should have at least not scored. I'll take that back. Maybe he should hit the target. But if he does hit the target, he scores, in my opinion. What you lads rating Zuma?
I'm going to give Zuma 7. I think. What do you think? 7?
Do you know what? I think 7 as well. I think he was a problem. I think he was.
He was a major factor, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then he did shut up their main threat as well, didn't he? What's his name again? Orban.
Yeah, Orban.
He was shutting him up. You know, keeping him quiet. Sort of player that we needed, to be honest, and he was great. It was good to see from him. Good to see.
He was lively at set pieces tonight. I will say that.
Very lively. Very
every
lively.
time.
It's a Zuma that we like to see from him. To be honest, we haven't seen that in a while. Actually.
He should have scored. Another day he could have scored.
What you lads rating him?
What did we give? 7. 7. Yeah.
7. Solid 7.
I'm going to agree with you, lads. I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was decent tonight. Like sometimes when they was countering on this, I remember an attack I think it was in the second half, or it was the first half. I think it was when they was running through and he got back. So yeah, he deserves a 7. Let's go to one of my boys, Nayaf Aguerd. Lads, what you saying?
Right. So Aguerd, right.
Is that fault for the goal, isn't he?
He was
not good.
He could have done more for that, to actually,
You have to admit though, there was a few that he did. He did all right for. There's a few tackles in that.
I mean, he definitely showed up to work today.
Yeah.
The only, as I said, the only thing I've got a problem with him, he's in the wrong place at the wrong time for us.
Yeah, he does make a few silly mistakes in that.
I'm going to ask you lads a question. Is he lucky to be on the pitch, right? Because if he handballs that and it don't go in, he clears it. In one way, him handballing it and it hits his hand, goes in. If he keeps it out, he gets sent off, doesn't he?
Yeah. You have to remember as well. He's coming back from a heel injury as well, isn't he? And
yeah.
So he was going to be a bit shaky today, but I thought. Him and Zuma, they work quite well together, don't they?
And bear in mind, he did have that big knock as well, didn't he? He ended up on the floor.
Yeah.
Where generally when you see a player go down that hard, you think that they're gonna be taken off. But he got up and
But like you said as well, it was risky. It was risky what you just said, and For that, I'm going to give him a 6. I think today. I'm going to give him a 6.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a high 6.
I think a high
7.
6. Yeah, a high 6.
Yeah,
Definitely
high
a high
6.
6.
I think he's a lucky boy. Let's put it like that. I think if he handballs it and he kicks it away, he gets sent off. And one way, it does a favour that it went in.
Like, it's true. We was lucky. We was lucky.
So yeah, he done all right. He's got to learn to deal with aerial balls, though. I know that because that's fucking annoying. Let's get to this geezer, Emerson. I thought he was dreadful today, mate. I don't know about you, lads. In the first half, I definitely thought he was dreadful.
I was praising him.
Jase, what are you saying, bro?
I was crazy. I was like decent. He was decent, tackling down the threat. I thought he was all right. I thought, he was doing okay. He was, he did a job as a left back.
I mean, I mean the goal that we conceded. He was nowhere to be seen when his mark was making a run. So for me, that was detrimental. It was detrimental. Yeah. I mean, he's proven himself in past games that he's a really versatile player. Yeah. But I mean, today,
are you really saying he was that dreadful? By the way,
I thought he was dreadful in the first half. Dreadful in the first half, big time. Like, I didn't see him literally go past a man, didn't drive with the ball. Second half, completely different player. Like, I will get to Moyes later on, but it seemed like Moyes must have got every player around the throat and said to him, "Can you start running at people and running with the ball?" And I think if you look at the first half performance and look at the second half, it is a night and day performance, 100%.
Yeah.
The second half, he was good. Do you know what I mean?
Right. You kind of sold it on.
I mean. But that could be said about a lot of the players, though, with the whole night and day performance. Between the first half and second half. Yeah. But no, I agree with you.
Yeah. All right. What are you rating him, lads?
6 then. I'll give him a 6 then. 6? What do you think? I think you're going to go lower, aren't you?
I'm going to go high 6. I'm just not a 7 for me. Like there's going to be some nice ratings today.
Hold on a sec. I don't like these high 7s.
Listen, no.
Well, I don't. They shouldn't be. This is not allowed.
Jase,
I know it's your show, right? I know it's your show. This is not allowed.
But I just think
6. I want your rating.
Right, I'll give him a 6 out of 10.
Right. I thought overall performance. I think a solid 6.
Solid 6.
Yeah, he was all right. He was all right in the second half. First half, fucking nowhere near. He weren't that good. But you know what? It is what it is. Let's move on to the midfield area. Start with this man. This is gonna be fun. Thomas Souček, lads. What you saying?
This guy.
Don't listen. Don't get me started.
I don't understand him. I don't get why he picks him constantly.
He starts every game.
He was so out. He was just so not there. To be honest, I don't get this. I don't get Moyes. What has Souček got on Moyes? Has he got dirty pictures of him or something? I don't understand. He's been, oh my God. He was nowhere to be seen throughout this whole game.
I totally agree with that comment.
The strike that he had that hit the bar. All right.
Yeah, no, but look,
that put his performance up a little bit.
Yeah, but then look at the blunders that he made after that as well.
You know what? I'm giving him because he hit the bar. I'm giving him a 5.
Listen, I don't know whether I feel like it's personal with me. But I've got to rate him. I've got to go 4.
Really?
I've got to go 4. I've got to. I'm sorry. I didn't see any magic from him at all today.
He did do nothing. And then he was captain as well.
I'm going to give him. I think the miss is terrible. Do you know the one where he hits the crossbar?
Yeah.
We can all look back at it now and say, "Oh yeah, well we hit the crossbar." Right, that's what we can say. But if that would have cost us, that was an absolute howler miss. It's a howler miss, literally. And it's like all you got to do is
he should have scored that. He should have scored that.
100%.
He should have scored that.
I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give him just a 6 for me. So we're sort of in the same part, 4, 5, 6. But he should be scoring that. He should be scoring that chance. Like, we got away with it with that chance, right? Because obviously from that chance, it led up to the penalty, I think it was. So, it is what it is. But we'll move on to this man who we're going to fucking cry when he leaves. It's Declan fucking
Oh
Rice.
my God!
What a goal!
You know what? If
I could cry today at his performance today.
I think he's a god among men.
He is.
I think he's a god among men.
He just shows how talented he is around players like he plays against, like, you know, with us. Basically, he's just fantastic. I can't. He was all over the place. He was everywhere to be. He was there. He was here at one point. He was in our studio at one point. That's how much. That's how good he was today. Fantastic. You know what? If I could give 11, I'll give him 11. You know what I mean?
He was brilliant.
I can't. He's just brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. He was just everywhere. He was absolutely. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm going to cry.
Do you know what I liked about him today, lads? I'll be honest with you.
I would say.
Yeah, right. Is he took the ball by the arms? He went and he fucking drove this team forward. Like literally,
exactly.
That goal. I've got to laugh because that's Paqueta loses it and he just goes fuck this, grabs the ball, bombards up the pitch, sends the defender fucking flying everywhere, and then puts it in the bottom corner and eases the worry.
I don't know if you noticed it as well. When that happened with Paqueta, he grabbed him around the neck and he basically started talking to him, like saying, "Don't worry about it. You could don't panic about this." I thought that was brilliant from him. He was just showing his true colours as a captain. And I'm telling you now, this man is going to win. Wherever he goes, he's going to win cups. He's going to win everything. Wherever he goes, he's going to be he's the future England captain. And we all know it. He's going to be a superstar. He is a superstar already. But he's going places, this man.
JMC, I will get to your comments, mate, but I can't do 45 things at once. I sadly can't. What you lads rating it, Deck?
It's got to be high 9.
I'm saying 10, 11.
You're going to get highs and lows.
You're not getting that.
This is West Ham, right?
I'm going to give him a 9. I thought it was fucking excellent second half. I thought first half, I thought it was all right. But it was just lacking. The whole team was just lacking.
I thought he was the standout in that set. The first, I thought he was the one that was pushing everyone, trying to get everyone He injects
a specific type of energy that if Deckers is not there, then we would crumble.
Yeah. Actually, you saw that as well when he came off as well. We dropped a little bit. We did drop a little bit as well when he came off. We did.
Yeah, listen, I thought he was excellent, mate. That goal was fucking top class.
Oh, that was unbelievable.
Do you know what I mean? And listen, I'm going to be honest. When he does go, let's hope he brings us a trophy before he does, because it was fucking superb, mate. Absolute superb. He gets a 9 from me, and he gets 10s and 11s from Damo and Jase. 100%. Right, let's go to this man. He's at fault for the first goal for them. Stupid fucking pass, but he redeemed himself. Lads, what you saying?
He did. You know what? That penalty, I was shitting myself. I was shitting myself.
Do you know what I was as well? Because when we first see him coming up to take it, we was like, Paqueta, really?
No,
really?
I thought Ben Rama was going to take it. I really thought Ben Rama was going to take that penalty, but I think he did that on purpose because what he did for the first goal, I think he had the thought that he needed to make up for that, and
he redeemed himself.
Absolutely. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It was a dreadful pass that gifted the goal for him. But it was good to see him demanding to take that penalty, though, to be honest. I think, to atone for his sins, as we would say, wouldn't we?
I don't like penalty. I don't know about you, lads, but when he was stepping up for that, fucking hell, I was getting nervous. I was like, stop fucking about this.
Well, I didn't like the silliness he does. The little.
No one loves that. No one, because you lose momentum on the build up, and the amount of times you've seen a player fumble.
And this is West Ham as well. Doing stuff like that never goes right. Never goes right for us. But he was lucky, man. He was lucky.
What you rating him, lads?
What are you saying?
Do you know what he was ever present?
He was ever present. He was.
I don't think there was a time he wasn't engaging with the players or controlling the ball himself. I've a 7, a solid
I would
7.
Say 7, solid 7. I would say solid 7.
I'm gonna give him an 8. I thought first half he was shit. Like that chance he missed, like that pass into the player. I thought, what are you doing, mate? Literally, I was going berserk. And then second half, some of the touches that he was doing was like world class, like literally top drawer. I think the penalty, if he took the ball and said, leave it to me, I need to redeem myself for the team. That's what I want to see at West Ham. That's what I want to see. I want to see a player who's holds his hand up and goes, I fucked up here, right? Give me the ball, I will fucking sort it out. And he did. I think second half he was excellent. And he's obviously helped. He was a part of the Declan Rice goal and all, right? He didn't miscontrol the ball, and then Deck just comes in and like a fucking train. So, yeah, I'll give him a solid 8, mate. I thought he was decent in the second half. Let's go to the attack line. This one's going to hurt a little bit, but I've got to be real. And it's this man, Saeed Benrahma.
I let him talk. Go on.
Right. No, do you know what? Every day of the week, I'm Benny's biggest fan. I genuinely am, because he is never, ever given... Well, it's just by Moyes, really. He's never given the opportunity. I mean, all season, he's not been given the opportunity that he should have been, starting. And then when he does start, he's brought off early before he can actually, and then Moyes brings him on in like the 70th, 80th minute, expecting him to turn the whole game around when Moyes is, disaster class, has fucked it for us. But today he had a bit of a shit game.
His crossing was
he did, mate.
His crossing was
bad today, mate.
Wasteful.
I don't think. I mean, if we're rating him based on this performance today, then for me it's a 6.
Yeah, I would give him 6.
For me, it's a 6. If it was like he's performance collectively, then he's much higher.
Yeah,
he's much higher.
I'm gonna listen. Jase knows me for a while, and the lads who are fucking probably like have been in the old WhatsApp group giving me grief all night. I've got to be honest. I've got to give him lower than a 6, mate. I've got to give him a 5, and he's just lucky at that.
You know what? I think he's been nice on here because we knew how much you loved him and that. So
you could be wherever you like, mate. Trust me, I had to deal with West Ham Online and Clive, mate. That's fucking bad enough. And when Mitch turns up, I've got Mitch to deal with and all. So listen, you be real. That's what I want. I'm going to be honest. I thought he was shit today. Really was. I thought second half he was okay to a point, but first half he was absolutely horrible. And that's coming from me. And I back Benny all the time through thick and thin. But I think
same as me.
So I've got to be real, and I've got to say it wasn't his best game at all. I would probably say it's one of his worst games in West Ham shirt today. Like it was that bad. Like it's like I've got to be honest. So I'm giving him a 5 through courtesy, really. Like because I'm trying to be kind, but it could be even lower than that. I thought he was he weren't good. What you lads rating him before I move on?
I said we said 6, didn't we? We said 6. We've been nice with us.
I still got he's.
Yeah, I think
If he didn't hold such a place in my heart, then it would be lower. But it's 6. I think
I'd give it 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on to this man, Mr. Jared Bowen. I thought he was fucking brilliant tonight. I don't know about you, man.
He was dangerous. He was today.
Yeah,
absolutely dangerous. He was everywhere, wasn't he? He was all over the place, wasn't he?
I mean, at one point, he was basically...
I was upset he didn't get that goal as well,
He was dancing around, He was.
You could play Lady in the Red in there, and he would be all around it dancing.
Yeah, listen, he was taking the piss, especially sort of mid to late second half. He was just taking the piss.
It was the Bowen that we haven't seen in a long, long time, isn't it? We haven't seen a Bowen like that, a Bowen performance like that in a while.
I thought he was fucking. I'll be honest with you, lads. Yeah, I thought he was brilliant tonight. He was running at people. I thought first half he was the only shining light out of a really bad first half for me. Second half, the only thing the kid didn't do all night is score. I think he done everything else. He was a fucking menace. He was running at people.
Trying though, not through lack of trying.
Yeah.
He should have had a goal. He was unlucky with the handball. Even though he's had about 10 times beforehand. But I thought he was excellent. What you lads rating Bowen?
Oh, easily a solid 8. If I'm rating Deckers a 9, then it's a solid 8.
Yeah, I'd give him an 8. I would.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, mate. Fucking, I thought he was up there for one of the best players on the pitch for me. Because one thing with Jared Bowen is a player in there. I've always said it for a long time with Bowen, yeah, and I've called it for a long time with him. But the problem is, it's very sort of hit and miss. One minute he's very good and he's unstoppable, and the next minute you don't even see him. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, well done, Bowen, mate. I think we might have just got the Bowen back from last season.
Yeah. I think he's he's getting there now. He's finally returning now, which is the right time for us as well, actually.
Fucking brilliant time, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Let's go on to this, man. Me and Mitchell have a laugh with this geezer. 1 minute we say he's like a well beater, and 1 minute we say he's the Brentwood doorman. Tonight he was a fucking well beater. Lads, what you saying for Antonio?
Your opinion is not that shy of our opinion. Other days we're like, what the fuck is he doing? He's not moving. And then, he turns up today and he performs like this.
Yeah, you just don't know what you're going to get from him, don't you?
Yeah.
Sometimes from him. He was fantastic. That header was like a sniper. Like it just smacked in there. It was unbelievable. I cannot rate. Like, he was outstanding today. Absolutely. Why can't he play like us in the Premier League? Like,
do you know what though, Jase? Yeah, I'm going to be honest. From the Arsenal game on Sunday, I said it on here on Sunday night with all the lads. I turned around and said, it looks like West Ham might have kicked into gear because I've not seen.
He has come alive in recent weeks, hasn't he?
Yes, right. And I'll be honest with you, he looks the part like now. Like I think for me to assess Antonio today, up until the goal, I thought he was poor. I'll be real. He couldn't hold the ball up. He couldn't pass the ball. He was lacking. Once he scored the goal, it was like the shackles were off, and he was like, "Fuck this, let's go." And that second goal is a top class finish. Let's be honest. If that's anyone else, we're all going mad about it. So I'm going to give him.
The whole Skamaka thing's helped him in being injured and that now, and
I think it's given him at least a life to say West Ham need Mikel Antonio, and I think he's playing on his ego now to say, you know what, exactly. I need to help this team. Right? Do you know what I'm saying? When people. Whether you like Danny Ings or not, Antonio's the sort of player you want as a lone striker. Right, he's the man, really. Yeah, when he's
strong up there, isn't he? Just strong up by himself. And that
he is, mate. And the thing is,
he was dominating. He was dominating. He was pushing them all over the place. He was.
Yeah, you know what, I do like Antonio to a point, but he frustrates the fucking life out of me. That's the only thing I will say.
He has lazy days.
He fucking does, mate. What you lads rating Mikel Antonio
today for his performance? I'll give him an
8. I think from me. Do you know my only problem with Antonio in recent weeks is, and do you know what? It's not just recent weeks. In fact, I'd scrub that. Why has he got no cardio? He can't run. He ain't got the stamina to keep up. He can't go back and forth.
When you look at his age in that at the moment, though, isn't it? He's playing. He's just going for those right moments, isn't he? And that. So.
But you feel like, is it like he's got? I don't know how to say this, but does he know that he's leaving at the end of the season and he wants to go out in a blaze of glory? Because it would be typical Mikel Antonio to go, right, let's go win something with this team. Fucking literally give it everything and.
Exactly, yeah. You know. I think we all know it. It's still coming to the end for him. I think, and yeah, exactly. So like I said, get him go out there and do what he does.
I'm going to give him a 9 for me. 2 goals. He got I can't remember what goal he got. I think it was the 4th goal. I think it was the one where it went into the top corner, and that sort of sealed the deal for us and got us. Well. Fucking got us through, basically. Right, subs. What it is, there is no point in doing the subs because they come on and we was comfortable. So we will go to the referee. Let's get to the ref and see what you say about the referee. Take it away, gentlemen.
Right. So with the ref, I mean,
I thought he.
Do you know what? The first handball that was disallowed, or no, we didn't even call for it, did we?
No, we didn't. He swiped it off, didn't
he? For me, it was absolutely a handball. And there was a couple of times when I had, I was watching it and I thought, okay, I can see a little bit of bias here. But
I
then,
thought he was quite soft. I thought he was quite a soft ref.
But then, second half, it seemed like it swung in the opposite direction.
Yeah,
It seemed like he was giving us a lot of.
He was getting he was at second half. He was getting things right. He was, and
I think first half he was terrible.
He was
calling absolutely everything
terrible.
the first half, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was terrible. He was all over the place. He didn't know what was going on half the time, and but the second half he kind of brushed himself up a bit, I think, and I'd give him. What are you saying?
What, the ref?
Ref. I'm not used to giving refs ratings, to be honest.
Do you know what?
I'll give him a 7.
Yeah,
out of 10.
Yeah,
I thought
7 is standard, isn't it? Yeah, 6, 7.
Yeah. I thought the only thing really he got wrong was the penalty in the first half from Ben Rama, where let's be honest, it's an handball, and then do I blame him or do I blame VAR for that? That's neither real there. He got a couple of decisions wrong. I'll give him a 7. Like, it's pretty decent rating. You lads agree?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, so
6 or 7, we're saying
6, 7, yeah.
6, 7. Right, we'll move on to this man, Mr. David Moyes. Before we
build him a
fucking hell. Before I get started, I've got to give him some fucking praise tonight. I really have. First off, I did think he was shit. I'm not gonna lie. But passing wise, it was like West Ham was fucking scared to pass the ball in like trying to encourage themselves to go forward.
Yeah,
I thought that half-time team talk, like whatever he said at half-time, they come out, and I've never seen West Ham destroy a team like that for a long time. Like literally go through, literally smash this team to bits, like hit the post, hit the bar, fucking shots, everything. It was just a different team. So whatever he done at half-time, whether he beat them up or give them like some Glasgow kisses everywhere, fuck knows. But he done something. Lads, what are you saying for Mr. Moyes today?
Right. So I mean, when we see the lineup,
was shocked.
When we see the lineup, we was a little bit like, really?
It's like one.
But then, and then I mean, saying that the formation as well. We see the formation, and we was like, that formation.
Yeah, we wasn't too sure about this, to be honest.
But
he you know what?
As you said, I mean, something happened. I mean, I don't know what happened, because generally Moyes is he's a very stuck in his ways type person, where he will not change anything up. The same energy that was in the first half will be repeated in the second half. But as you said, he went into the change rooms, and he said something to put a fire under their asses, because the team that we see in the second half was shades apart from the first half.
different team.
So
team.
I mean, for me, based on this performance, I've got to give him a 7.
I'll give him a 7 as well, and that's 7.
Cool, dear. I'm gonna have to give him an 8. I don't know why, but I thought he picked the right team from the start. Maybe Souček is an interesting one, but he's gone with his full strength team, basically, that he can think of. I think the first half wasn't really on him. I think certain players were just fucking terrible, if I'm being honest. I think certain men weren't good. I think at half time, I've got to give him some praise. I really have, because he must have got him in at half time. He must have fucking lost it, literally completely. Because second half, I've never seen West Ham that good for a long time. Probably going back to COVID days.
Wow.
To come out, and let's be honest, West Ham are under pressure. West Ham have to come forward. This team can just hit them on the counter. And West Ham was just smashing them to fucking bits. I mean, I've never seen, I'm literally, the goals are going in. And it was like, Newcastle.
You saw the difference in the teams, didn't you? You saw what quality he is. And you just saw that from that second half. Was outstanding.
Yeah. And I just thought that it just sort of, the spark has been lit with West Ham. I said it on Sunday, and I say it again. Yeah. I think West Ham are starting to turn this corner now of believing that something is happening, something could happen. If West Ham play like that in the conference, that second half performance in the next 2 games, if they get there, and obviously if they get to the final, West Ham win it. And that is no 2 ways about it. By far, the literally smashed his team, and we made this team look bang average in the second half. Literally, we made them look like a fucking League One side, and this team have been giving us trouble for a game and a half. So, you know what? I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. It could even be a 9. Like that team talk at half time was fucking banging, I must admit. And I'd love to have been in there. I think the subs he got right and all. He took Deck off, took Bowen off. He took all the big hitters off and looked at Bournemouth and all. So, you know, it is what it is. Gentlemen, that is it. Any words that you would like to say before we wrap up?
I mean,
let's win
first
game.
First of all, you know, like let's absolutely, you know, all of us here as West Ham fans, let's appreciate the effort that the players are putting in now. You know, this team has had, you know, they're making a full turnaround at the moment, and you know, I would like to see, you know, this type of performance in every match. Because I mean, but what takes us so? I don't get what takes us so long to start up though. You know, we start every game and you know we're cold. You know, the engine's cold. It takes us a while to warm up, and then we start showing people what potential we have. But you know, shout out to the players, obviously.
By the way, I thought the fans were fantastic today as well. So hearing them, they were giving everything today, and it was great to see. We haven't seen that in a long time, and I'll give them a 10. I'll give them
the fans a 10.
A 10, definitely. But
listen, I agree, man.
Fantastic.
I agree.
And,
I've got to be honest. I just look at West Ham now as a completely different team. Like if they can just sort this passing out and not giving away sloppy goals, because obviously we all know now who we've got. We've got AZ Akmo in the next round, which is not going to be easy. They turned over a 2-0 deficit tonight. Like got that back, and they won on penalties 4-1 on penalties. So
where are they in the league? Where are they in their league at the moment?
I think they're about between 4th and 8th, I think, something like that. Yeah.
So they're a good team, man.
So, but the problem is we can't, as you're playing these teams, we can't afford to keep giving teams a 1-0 head start. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if we do, we're going to get done. I do think tonight, if Gent would have scored another goal, then it would have. I think it would have killed us. It's like stone dead. But it was just good. Good to get us back, basically.
But like I said, we've got experience in the semi-final. So you know, from last season. So hopefully, this is just pushes us to the final now.
Right, I'm gonna let you lads go, and I'm gonna wait for Alfie and Clive to come on. Lads, I'm gonna be honest, I really do appreciate you coming on. You've helped me out tonight massively, and Jase, I'll definitely get you a beer when I see you soon, mate. Honestly, it was good to see you the other week, and you've done me a right favour tonight, lads. So, Damo, Jase, thanks a lot, man. Really do appreciate it.
Take care. Good luck. See you later.
Take care, man. Take care. Peace. And that was Damo and Jase. I'm going to hang about for 10, 15 minutes for West Ham Online and Clive to appear. They are on their way back from the LS. So any comments in the comments section, I will go through them. Anything you want to discuss, talk about, players, I am here for that. I'm going to give you my sort of mini reaction to the game. And I'm going to be honest, West Ham are looking like the team that they once were, in my opinion. They really are. For me, that second half performance, I've just said it on the player ratings there with the lads, fucking different level, completely different team, West Ham. Do you know what I'm saying? They come out, they had no fear, no pressure. They literally smashed the door down and went straight through it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, the first goal for them is massive. Like it's a massive fuck up from us. Good goal from Antonio. The second goal is the penalty. Declan Rice's goal is literally top draw goal. That's a captain and that we want. That's the captain that we asked for at West Ham. And I'm going to be honest, it's going to be a sad fucking day when he decides to leave. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be honest. After that, we just we're in every position going. Absolutely every position going. I was proud tonight, really proud. Funny thing, I got in the cab and I got a cab driver singing "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles," and he's like over the moon, and we were both singing it in the cab, heading home from the boozer that I was in. But yeah, I'm going to be honest, mate. I'm fucking buzzing. West Ham can win this thing. West Ham play like that in the second half. West Ham can win this competition. There is no two ways about it. West Ham can do the damage. It's just West Ham sometimes can be their own worst enemy, in my opinion. They can make it harder than it actually has to be. So, you know, it is what it is, and we will see what happens. Let's get to some comments and see what everyone's saying. Trini saying AZ are fourth in their league. Listen, we can't afford to give this team any chances against us. That's one thing I will say. Tonight they was 2-0 down. They went back home. They got the 2 goals. They won on penalties. I was hoping for an Anderlecht sort of a goal, but you know what? It might actually work in West Ham's favour, because West Ham might have got a bit complacent with Anderlecht, like thinking we've already done a job on Anderlecht twice, and basically we're going to turn up and just do it again. It's going to be easy. AZ will not be easy. Right? They're a team that's fucking flying at the minute. So yeah. Stevie says, James, now we need to go and beat Bournemouth and be safe and go there for the 3 points and not the draw. I agree. Totally agree. Could not agree anymore. West Ham could assure safety on Sunday for me. And that's what I want to see. Like, once West Ham are safe, this Conference League becomes a reality, because you can focus everything on there without no pressure at all. Their stadium rocks too. Their fans off and that. Oh, yeah, I agree, really. I'm not sure if anyone could tell me in the chat. I'm not sure when the first leg is and the second leg is, i.e., who's at home first, who's at home second. If we're at home first, then we've got to make sure that we take a lead, really, over there. But let's be honest, when we played Lyon last season, it was 1-1. I think a lot of us thought we're going to Lyon, ain't going to be easy. We could get done there. And sometimes West Ham bring the best out of themselves, like when they have to. Do you know what I mean? That second half performance today, well, however way you look at it, was just a performance of fucking men. That was right. That was determined not to lose that game in front of the home crowd. And for me, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I'm fucking proud of them, of his team tonight. I really am. I really am. Michael says we're at home first. Well, do you know what? What we've got to do is we've got to make the place fucking rocking. And if we can do a job on this team at home in the first leg, second leg, we can go over and do a professional performance. You know what I'm saying? As Trini says, we're at home. So, yeah, listen, I'm just proud of this fucking team tonight. I really am. It's been listen, anyone who's followed West Ham all season, it's been a fucking tough road. It really has, and it's about time we had a bit of joy. But the job is not done. One thing I will say is last season, I want us to learn from last season's mistakes. For me, last season, we thought we was already going to get to the final before we actually did. AZ Atmar will not be an easy game at all, and we've got to be on the ball against this team. That's one thing I will say, because we're nearly there, but we're just not quite there yet. As Brian says there, 11th of May. It's going to be an unreal game, that will. I think that is, if I've got that right, I think that's before the Man United game or just after it. I can't remember, but I think it's in between. Do you know what I'm saying? Right, let's have a look. I'm waiting for these lads to turn up. We're at home in the first, and I think it's on the 10th. First leg, home. Second leg, top players are suspended. Well, you know, we will see what happens. We will see what happens. Oh, listen, you should have seen our WhatsApp group earlier on. It was very heated. Me, Alfie, and Clive were having a big row in there, but, you know, is what it is. Need to start the home leg fast and not concede early like the last year's semi-final. Totally agree on that. I think West Ham as a whole have got to stop keep going 1-0 down. I think West Ham are in the games, and then they seem just to make the game even harder than it was. Do you know what I mean? I'll be honest with you, tonight, in the first half, before they scored, I think the only thing West Ham were doing wrong was they wasn't passing the ball accurately. They were mucking about with it and trying to overdo it sometimes, in my opinion, which they didn't have to do. And then second half, everything just come off. Every pass come off. Every shot they was doing was hitting the target. Completely different level. Gav Dog. Love that name. It took 30 games, but we're playing good. Come on, you Irons. I totally agree. Totally agree with that. But you know what? It's like an horse racing term. You start off slow, you build up the pace, and then it's all about the finish. If someone would have said to us right now that West Ham can get to the final of the conference, it's going to be hard, trust me, because, listen, we got to the semi-final. I ain't going to say we bottled it last season, but we was like a rabbit in the headlights, especially in that first game. If we can get to the final of this competition, we're 90 minutes away. And we can do it. Obviously, it's going to be a tough ask against AZ Alkmaar, but West Ham just never failed to surprise me. If West Ham turn up, they turn up against Arsenal, and that was like the Arsenal performance a little bit in that second half. That second half was just next level, literally completely next level. And I don't know. I've got a vibe that it's West Ham are going to do it. I don't know why. Tonight I was nervous as heck. I don't really get nervous at West Ham games. Well, I was worried tonight because I thought West Ham could. This is a sort of game West Ham could sod up in, but they fucking just done the business in that second half. And I am going to give a shout out to Moyes. I know I've dug Moyes out quite a lot. And there's a few people on social media and Twitter that have literally backed Moyes. Literally backed him. Alfie, I will give a shout out to Alfie right now. Alfie's backed him for a long time and said that he could deliver this. And the halftime team talk, for however much you hate Moyes, you have to respect that. You have to respect that second half display and what he must have done at halftime. Because I'll be honest with you, at halftime, I was expecting Benny to be shipped out straight away because I thought he was terrible. And I thought he was going to change it around a bit, but he didn't. He didn't. He got them together, and that was like a West Ham spirited performance in that second half. Like literally, they fucking threw absolute everything at them. Do you know what I mean? And there's been games this season, and I can go back to the Nottingham Forest game being as an example, away from home, where we hit everything other than the back of the net. Tonight, we fucking hit the back of the net multiple times. It was really, really good to see. DMH says trust in Moyes. It's an interesting one. He's got the job done tonight for me, Moyes, but the job isn't done yet. It's only like 35% of there. Like obviously we've got to get to through to the semi-final. Like we don't want to go through what we went through last season and basically be on the end of heartache again. Like that's what you don't want to. That's what we don't want to see. But you got to give him a bit of judo. We have to calm down a bit. We ain't got to the final just yet. Let's go mad on the 18th of May if we can make it there. I agree with you there, Steve. But you've got to what's the word I'm looking for? You've got to appreciate that second half display and what he done. As what Brian says there, we absolutely blew him away inside 20 minutes off the restart. I've never seen West Ham that good. I tell you, the only time I've ever seen West Ham that good, ever, in my opinion, is when West Ham played Arsenal in COVID. And West Ham come out of traps. West Ham were 3-0 up after 30 minutes and literally smashed Arsenal all over the place. And that was just reminding me of that. And that's what I want to see. Do you know what I mean? Moyes gets a lot of stick, and rightfully so. And listen, he ain't swerving any stick like from now on. But you've got to respect what he done tonight, especially in that second half. He got the sub pretty bang on, if I'm being honest. I think the subs were right. I think the damage was already done. I think he looked at Declan Rice and went, right, get Declan off, get all the big hitters off, Bowen, Paqueta, I think even come off at one stage. And you know what? You've got to give him praise where praise is due. And he deserves his praise tonight. He really does. Right, what else we got? Let's have a look and see what Alan's got to say. It seems that we started too timid until we got one down and we don't start to play. Now that the team are getting their confidence back, hopefully they might realise that they can go right from the start. I think, if you want me to be honest, I think West Ham have seen that from the Arsenal game. I think the Arsenal game, which was on Sunday, you see a different West Ham in the second half. West Ham were once Saka missed that penalty, West Ham just sprung into life. Right, they started to do a new tactic now, like long throw-ins and causing chaos basically. And they've done the same thing tonight. They were very, very good. Do you know what I mean? Michael says, yeah, it was like the COVID time performance. Yeah, totally agree. James, Irish time to be dancing the Pixies tonight. Yeah. Paqueta played a full game. Well, if he did, I can't remember who come on for 4-0. If someone can tell me who come on for 4-0, that'd be handy. Because I know 4-0's come on, but I can't remember who left him. Was it Souček? I know Rice was off, but I was literally buzzing. Listen, at 4-1, when Antonio puts that ball into the top corner, I was like, you know what? Like, unreal. Speechless. Do you know what I'm saying? But earlier on, I'll be honest with you, I was looking at it and I was thinking, what is going on? Like, why do we always fade and die at the key moments? But I'll be honest with you, tonight we didn't, and it was Benny. So yeah, I'll give a quick sort of talk about Benny, and I'll give him another 10 minutes. If they're not here, I'll wrap this up. For me tonight, I backed Ben Rama up. Everyone knows it. I've got a lot of people on Twitter that say I'm a bit of a Ben Rama fanboy, but tonight I thought he was shocking. He was fucking atrocious tonight for me. Not good enough at all. Second half, I think second half makes him look better than he actually was. If I'm being honest, I think second half he was average, bang average at best. He wasn't running at people. His crosses were terrible. He usually has a shot, Ben Rahman. He didn't even have a shot tonight, I don't think. He just wasn't good. It just seemed like he was lacking tonight. I don't understand why. I really don't. And for me, it just wasn't good, mate. He just wasn't good. Good show, James. Catch you over the weekend. Come on, you irons. No worries, Stevie. Right. One of them's here. Which one is it? It's the most hated man on Twitter. It is West Ham Online, or AKA West Ham burner account online. Brother, speak to me about that tonight. I've waited 10 minutes. I've rambled on. People have left. People have hated me for not bringing out their comments. What are you saying?
I'm saying that we've got Super David Moyes.
Right. I want you to be honest. I want you to give me your honest assessment of that game, because I thought first half we were shit.
Yeah, I thought we were poor for half an hour in the first half, but I thought it was down to the players. I thought too many players were misplacing easy passes like Paqueta did for their goal. I thought we were quite complacent and sloppy in the first half.
I don't know, mate. I thought we was terrible in the first. I thought first. I tell you, like, first 10 minutes, the game was like mayhem for what I was watching. It was like backwards and forwards, and it was just like, okay, no one was like calm down. Then that pass from Paqueta is absolute criminal, mate, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know about you, but it's. And what did we say on Sunday? I said he does all the flicks. He's a good player to have, but there is a fucking moody pass in there at times, and tonight it cost us a goal.
I actually, when we're struggling, he's really poor at times. When we seem to struggle, he either gives away a sloppy pass or he positions himself poorly. He's all right when we're doing well, but when we're doing terribly, he's crap.
Yeah. They go 1-0 up. What did you make of Antonio, mate, tonight? Because I thought, fuck me, he was off the doors tonight. He was fucking bulldozing his way through.
His touch was shocking in the first half, but
Great.
Man for the big occasion, 2 goals again from Big Mick. His touch improved in the second half. I thought he showed up in the second half, and look, he's the reason why we can play a bit more expansive on the break. But yeah, in the first half, his touch was like horrendous.
Yeah, I've got to agree. half time, what was you like? Me, our WhatsApp group, people, trust me. Yeah, I'm going to say this quite openly. It's fucking vile, mate. Trust me. Some of the language in that WhatsApp group is mental. What was you thinking at half time? Honestly,
I thought there was only 3 or 4 players who played well in the first half. That being Zuma, Rice, Souček, and Bowen. I thought they were the only 4 players who played up to standard in the first half. I thought everyone else was crap, to be honest.
And then we come out second half, and fucking hell, I've never seen nothing like it in my life. For how good we was in that second half.
You know what I think it was? It must have been the team talk from this man, Mr. Moyes, because we looked a brilliant team in that second half.
Thing is, what did he change at half time? I know he must have given him a bollocking, right? And he must have literally said to him, fuck knows what he said to him, because they come out, there was just a completely different team. What do you think he said at half time, Alf? Like, honestly, because there was the tactics didn't really change for me. So it's just
I don't think the tactics massively changed. I thought we were trying to pass it all night. People were saying in the first half, people were saying, "Oh, Moyes' ball is back." It wasn't, because we were trying to pass out the back. We just couldn't do it. Second half, everyone just clicked into gear. Gang sat back a bit more. We had so many chances in the second half. It could have been about 8-1 in the end.
I agree. A drug test for Antonio. And then obviously we get a penalty. I'll be honest with you, I was quite surprised Benrahma didn't take it. But I think I'm going to be honest. I think Paqueta wanted to take it because he wanted to make amends for the fuck up in the first half. That's the only reason I can think of it.
Yeah, I like the confidence, but I think you should have one penalty taker. I prefer Benrahma on penalties than Paqueta. I don't really like his run up, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
I was shit, mate.
Both his penalties he has scored this season, Paqueta, have been identical. So, I mean, if he does take another one, he can't put it there again because, I mean, he's done it twice now. But I think Benrahma should be on penalties if he's on the pitch. I don't really get why you change it. I don't like when teams do change it.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. The only thing I can think of is either Paqueta wanted to take it because he wanted to deal with the fuck up, or Benrahma had no confidence to take it. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, it's either one or the other. And then Declan Rice, bruv. Fuck me, I think we're all going to be emotional damage when he does leave. What a goal for the third one, man.
Yeah, that goal was incredible. Some idiots on Twitter saying, from other fan bases, saying, I can't see what's so good about this goal. I mean, what if you say so? He turned that defender inside out after running from his own half. So,
yeah.
And he's a defensive midfielder. The finish was on his weak foot as well. It was just incredible by an incredible player. And I put the post out not a minute ago, when I was on the train on Instagram, picture of Rice and Moyes. And I said, I don't know how I'll cope when these two leave.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. And then obviously Antonio scored the fourth. And literally, fucking hell, smashes it into the top bins. What are you saying for Antonio on that?
I'm saying he's the man for the big occasion. Even when he's not playing well, he's our best striker we've got at the moment. I much prefer him up front on his own to Danny Ings. Should the keeper save it? Probably. But he did whack it pretty hard.
I think it's a good shot, though. I think it's a good shot.
It was a good shot.
Like, I'll be honest with you, fucking when he hit it, well, I think all of us thought, where's this going? He went fucking straight into the top corner. So, it is what it is. Right, Alf, I'm going to run through this with you. You've waited all night, and I'm going to get your ratings because it's been interesting to see. Double player ratings tonight, people. Smash a like on the video. It goes a long way. Right, Alf, just give us a number.
Okay.
Areola.
Change my thing to this. 6.
Kafal.
People have been saying he played well on social media. I like his passion, but I didn't think it was his best game at all. I'm going to give him a 5.
Yeah, I think I'll give him a 5 or a 6. I don't think it was his best game. Zuma.
7.
Yeah, same as me. Aguerd.
Excellent in the second half, average in the first. High 6.
Same as me again. I'll be honest with you. He can't deal with fucking crosses, can he? This geezer. He can deal with everything on the ground and down the sides and pace and everything else. But his one weakness is balls in the air, which is a worry. Emerson.
Thought he was.
I thought he was shocking in the first half, 100%.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 5.
Yeah. I think I'll give him a 5 and all. Souček.
7. Brilliant. Well, not brilliant, but I thought it was a good Souček performance, especially in the first half. I know people don't like him and people are naturally going to give him a 4 and a 5. And yes, he's limited, but I thought he won balls back. His passing accuracy was actually decent tonight. And yeah, I thought he played well. For a midfielder in a midfield 3, I was impressed.
I feel he's got to be scoring that chance. Where it's the crossbar. I think if we don't get the positive result tonight, everyone's fucking literally on this geezer because he should be burying that chance, really. But we got away with it tonight. Captain.
8. Incredible goal. Stepped up in the first half. Stepped up even further in the second. Another great performance by a great player. And our best player by a country mile.
Paqueta.
Shocking in the first half, excellent in the second. As I said, it sums him up. When we're struggling, he's terrible. When we're doing well, he's like the focal point of everything. I'm going to have to give him a 7 because he was just that good in the second half, but I did think he was terrible in the first half.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go to this man. I've read this rating. Ben Rama.
5. Terrible in the first half. Improved slightly in the second. Like his passing wasn't bad. He was linking up a bit, but I thought everyone was good in the second half. And I gave Emerson and Soufal 5, so I think it's only fair I give a 5 to Ben Rama as well.
I'll be honest with you. Before you come on, or before I started this earlier on, I turned around and I said that he's lucky to get a 5 from me. Like I think I rated him a 5. If not, it would have been a 4. If not a 3. I thought he was fucking terrible tonight.
It's costing. It's just that's the main issue. He will never stop doing it at this point, so there's no point me mentioning him. But he cuts in and crosses it off the pitch about 6 times.
And it ain't that. It's the crosses off like one. They're either near post and they're to no one, or they're far post and they're to no one. So is what it is. JB.
Good. He didn't get his goal. I thought it was a bit unfortunate. I don't know whether the goal that he did score was a handball because I was in the stadium, but maybe you know more about that than me. Thought in the first half he was one of our best players. Got an assist. He was direct. Yeah, a high 7 for JB today.
Antonio.
Not the best first half, but scored the goal that got us back into the game.
Do you think up until he scored, he was shit, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Like, he was terrible. Then once he scored, he just turned it into the Antonio of COVID times.
Oh, yeah, he was incredible in the second half. So, I'm going to have to give him a high 7 again. And I think that I'm going to give him an 8, actually, because he scored 2. Yeah.
What you're saying for the ref?
Terrible. I don't normally complain about refs, but I think our refs in the last 3 games have been shocking. So,
what you rating him?
4 for me.
I thought he was all right in certain moments, but then sometimes he was just silly fouls, really. But it's just different refs, isn't it? And then this man, David Moyes.
Easy 8 for Moyes. Got his team selection right. We could have scored 8 or 9 goals in that second half. Rested players towards the end. Didn't change round players when people were suggesting at half time, which ended up proving an effective idea. What else could I say? Yeah, I do think, and people are going to hate on me for this, but I would personally, in the semi-final, I know he's fucked it up last year, but I'd play Creswell instead of Emerson because I think Emerson's a really talented footballer, but honestly, to me, it just looks like he's not trying. I don't know what it is, whether his fitness is abysmal or... But Yeah, I'm not impressed.
I thought Emerson was shit in the first half. But I thought second half he sort of everyone just seemed like they had a rocket like squarely up their arse, like literally fucking like it was just a completely different team. It blew us away really. Obviously that team talk at half time is massive, isn't it? Let's be real. Like that team talk he must have done. And no one can hate on Moyes tonight. Even that's coming from me. I'm not your biggest fucking fan, but that second half display was probably one of the best second half displays I've seen fucking for a long time. For a long time. Anything else you want to add on Moyes before I wrap this up?
Yeah, simple for Moyes. People can hate on him all they like, and fair enough, but we're not going to go down now. I think, touch wood. So there's no point people keep hating on him because we're going to stay up. He's done great in the past 2 seasons, and we're in another European semi-final. So as long as we get a result against Bournemouth, there's no reason to not be happy. This season is far from over, and if we can win a trophy, then for me, Moyes goes out as a West Ham United legend. Simple as that.
See, I can't really argue with you tonight, even though I want to. I'm not. How can I put this? On Sunday, I see like West Ham click into gear that I've not seen for a long time. I see it tonight. I know. The only problem is we can't keep affording to keep going 1-0 or 2-0 down.
Yeah. Well, I get
Do you know what I'm saying? We've now got AZ Atmar, who are not going to be fucking easy. I know that. Like tonight, I said it to Jase and Damo. They turned over a 2-0 deficit, mate. They was 2-0 down. They went to their gaff and they turned it over and they won it on penalties. Before I wrap this up, what are you expecting in that game? Like AZ.
I'm expecting a tough game. I hope no one takes them for granted. They're definitely a good side. Got some really good young players. They're not far off Ajax and PSV in the Eredivisie, so there's certainly no mugs.
Yeah. Listen, I hear you, mate. I really do. I'm just fucking proud of this fucking team tonight. About time West Ham had a bit of fucking like joy for once, because this season's been shit. Let's be real. This season's been absolutely diabolical, and I don't know why, but I just think West Ham are turning a corner. Like, I'm not worried about Moyes, because whether Moyes is here next season or not is irrelevant to me. Yeah, if he's here, then so be it. Right, I won't be happy, but I've got to accept it. If he's not here and a new manager comes in, as long as it's the right fit for West Ham, then so be it. The thing I want to see now is West Ham start to finish this season strong. West Ham win this conference. Simple as that. Like, if West Ham play like they played in that second half, they go through whoever's in front of them. Like, I'm not sure what happened in the other fixtures. I know Fiorentina got away with it in the end. They were 3-0 down and they scored 2 goals and sort of got through by default, really.
Yeah.
And Basel, I think, I see someone in the chat say about Basel got through against Nice. Now,
oh wow, really?
I think so. I might be right. I might be wrong. I don't know. If someone can confirm that before I wrap it up, I'd appreciate it. I think Basel actually did get through. But Alf, anything you want to add before I wrap this up?
I want to add that I can see it now. This is what will be happening come June the 7th, I think it is.
Richard and Brian just confirm it. Basel 1-4-3 on Aguerd. So Basel done them in extra time.
Damn.
So it's on. It's on. Like, the only way West Ham fuck this up is if West Ham fuck it up themselves. Right, in my opinion. I think when you look at the teams, and let's be honest, what's that? 12 out of 13 games, is that there? Or is it 11 out of 12 or fucking something like
that? 11.5 out of 12.
11.5 out of 12. And I'm fucking buzzing, mate. Absolutely buzzing. And to round it off, I got a cab home, singing Bubbles in the cab. You can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Alfie, I've waited for you to come on, mate. You've arrived. You've done your player ratings. That is you done. Listen, I'm going to wrap it up there, people. Please do smash a like on the video and please do subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Fuck me, I am proud to be a West Ham fan tonight. When West Ham play like that, they're a fucking false. And I think the boys are starting to believe that they've got the goods. They're they was lacking confidence. And I think the Arsenal game might have just done West Ham the biggest favour of their fucking lives, because when you're playing a really, really good side, you're getting destroyed in the first sort of 10 minutes, and you have to sort of liven yourselves up. And you actually do get something out of that game. It springballs into other games. Obviously, the show goes on. Bournemouth on Sunday, which ain't going to be easy. We don't do well at Bournemouth. But if West Ham can go to Bournemouth and win, I would say we secure safety on Sunday. No question about it. I think West Ham will. If West Ham win that game, West Ham are safe. I don't think anyone will catch us. I think we'll get more points as we go along, and we'll see it out. The confidence is a dream, and it could become a reality. And if all I want to do is see West Ham win a trophy before I die, that's all I want to see. And I could die fucking in peace and happiness, mate, if West Ham deliver a fucking trophy. So yeah, I'll leave it at that, people. Alfie, thank you very much, and to everyone who's hanged about, thank you also. West Ham semi-finalists, enjoy it, people. It's happening. Peace.
There it is. I've never found a love like this.